It took me bleeping 10 damn minutes to find a public domain use image that might even closely reflect that I have to talk about today. Young man writes, hi, Aaron. Consider the following. Item 1, article. I will never date a nice guy, published on medium.com. He provides it here, but he provides some excerpts here. When 8 women feel entitled to only 6 available 6-figure men who are 6 feet, have ripped abs, jerk confidence, and a fancy house and a car, the 6 other women end up forced in a position where they have come to terms with the fact that they aren't all that. Some hit that epiphany sooner, some later, but defeat is defeat. The ego is left bruised and hurt. For the ones who do not manage to lock down a high-value male, there are only 2 options. Give the nice guy a chance or end up with cats. The nice guy is a painful reminder for the fact that you could have done better, tried more or harder to secure a higher value male. He's the ultimate consolation prize that doesn't console you whatsoever. Even if you try to act grateful and happy for his presence, deep down inside you're resentful and want him gone. Ugh, why does he always have to text me right away? Does he have no life? I want to vomit. Why can't he earn more, damn it? I hate being with someone on my own level. I want to be with someone more high status, richer, and smarter than me. He reminds me of just how average I am. And I despise that because I should be treated like royalty. I deserve that. My gosh, were you listening to Princess Tits? What's her name? Tommy Lauren. Are you listening to her? I can't even show him off to my friends and make them drool of rage or jealousy. He's useless. It really is getting that bad, doesn't it? It seems that way. It really seems that. And I know a lot of you who are so much further down the canary mine than I am. You're like, dude, it's always been the way. I know, but it's just, it's the amount of lies and propaganda. It's like, oh, I want to show it off. It's a thing. Item 2 from Reddit's r/divorce. 6 months later, divorcing my husband was a huge mistake. He provides a link there. Quote, I got a promotion at work and I got it in my head that my husband was dragging me down or at least holding me back from more success and a better life. We never had a lot of money, but with my promotion, I was now making more than he was. I started, I'd just be happy if someone made more than me. Like, oh, good for you, man. Like, that's great. But I know it's this sad. And maybe back in the day, women fell in love and it was really about just, nice guys and good gals. And is he harder? I know people where the woman made more and didn't seem to bother the guy or have an effect on it. Now it really is, especially, well, I guess that's how it is nowadays. Given women are only conditioned to think, oh, their career is the most important thing. That's the most important thing. Things are the most important thing. And they'll view their husband or their lover as like, a human or, a husband or another human being. They really do look at it as a checklist. You guys are really just, along with children being things and the SUV being things and armoire being things and the Italian couch being a thing, the husband is a thing too. Maybe Nordstrom should just sell high-end husbands. That's what they should do. Started working out. I started working longer hours, and at the same time, his hours were cut, so he was home more. Over the next month or two, it didn't matter what he did. He was just wrong for breathing most days. He would get so upset with how I was treating him, and I would just wait and egg him on into losing it because I knew it would eventually happen. You got malicious people too. After most of the fights we had, he would apologize for whatever I told him he did wrong, even if there even was something, but I never did. I would usually find a way to make him feel even worse. I knew that I was right because he was wrong, and that was all that mattered to me. I even pretended that I didn't care when he found out about my relationship with the guy from work. Okay, is this like the Daily Mail or some tabloid? It really destroyed me inside to see him holding back tears, but I wasn't going to let him see that. He was at his weakest, and that was when I chose to tell him that I wanted a divorce. I could almost hear his heart shattering inside his chest. Now, I think he concludes here. Conclusion, 50% of marriages will fail within the first 5 years. 80% of divorces are initiated by women. The most common reason women give for divorcing men is financial distress in the marriage. Through sickness or health, richer or poorer. Throw that out. Marriage vows for men is a pledge of commitment. Considerations such as education, career, income status, etc., while essential elements of a woman's hypergamy attraction to a man, are usually not in consideration for a man's attraction to a woman. Marriage vows for women is a bet with a 50% probability of success failure, depending on the man's ability to retain the woman's hypergamy attraction. When the man fails to provide as expected, it seems the woman's hypergamy is frustrated and divorce is the result. Question: is divorce initiated by women motivated by frustrated hypergamy? What happens to relationships when a woman's hypergamy is frustrated? Oh, you only had two. All right. So is divorce initiated by women motivated by frustrated hypergamy? Not all the time. I mean, there's some, let's be honest, there's some grade A dicks out there too. I've known some women divorce grade A and psychopaths too. And rightly so. Now, of course, we got to make sure to have kids first with them, right, ladies? That's important to make sure you spit kids out as quickly as possible with the psychopaths. Because not only, why fuck up two people's lives? How many kids' lives can we fuck up? We got the mom's life fucked up, the dad's life. Hey, let's fuck up some kids' lives. So going forward, ladies, I would please hope and request that maybe you find a guy that isn't a psychopath, date him for a little bit, or just a dick, yeah, there's been some bad guys out there. So I could see a lot of gals, legitimately getting divorced. I don't just like, women just hate men. And I've seen it. In my personal life, I've seen friends, and I'm like, oh yeah, the guy was a dick. What the hell? But I would say the majority of divorces, you're onto something here with the financial thing, because resources are probably, I hate to say it, I hate to boil it down, ladies. So until we start seeing like, oh, you love us for love us for us. It is resources. And so if men lose their resources or they're not providing enough or whatever, I could see finances and hypergamy at least being a pluralistic or larger than average weighted cause of divorce, one of the larger causes. So if the men's finances get crippled or the woman starts making more money, I could see it. I could see that definitely happening. But I would say in your email, you haven't considered the real thing with hypergamy, and that is, what is it? Fear of missing out, not federal open market operations. That's what FOMO used to mean. But the fear of missing out is gals inevitably will settle for a guy. Most gals don't. I'll even go along with this. As in the first half of your email, most women are not going to settle with the guy. They're not going to marry the guy they really wanted. Okay. Because a ton of gals are chasing after them. We've seen the warped expectations of women in terms of attract. Only 20% of men are deemed attractive by 80% of the women, or whatever skewed that is. And your math is correct. Only so many men can marry only so many women, and they're left out. And now as the wall cometh, they're going to settle. So I'd say most of the women are settling for men that they're not ideal and ultimately not going to be happy with, in part because they've been misled to have such delusional expectations of men that it's not possible. But there's a cool thing about guys. Let me tell you this cool thing about guys. We don't care much about morality when it comes to sex. Aaron, I know a guy, shut the fuck up. Okay, I know you know this good Christian guy. All right, most guys aren't that. So if Tina goes to work at the office and there's Kevin in sales, you guys don't know Kevin in sales, right? And who cares if Tina's married? No guy gives a shit anymore, especially these Kevin in sales, those guys, the top 20%. And so what's great with guys is we don't have to commit to have sex. And matter of fact, we don't care if you're quote unquote spoken for, because frankly, with half of you gals getting divorced, how serious is marriage anyway? I mean, I knew that one long ago. I'm married. Oh, yeah, I know you guys are going to get divorced. Why the fuck would it doesn't matter. So women will still get attention, flirtation, and sex from other men. What they won't get is commitment. And I don't know how many times we got to go and explain this to women, that it's a bifurcated market, that there are two distinct markets. There's the sex market, and then there's the marriage market or commitment market on the part of men. And the price men are willing to pay, or how does it work? Men are more willing to have a tryst. They're more willing to buy a tryst or sex or short-term obligation to you, affair, dating, whatever, whether you're married or not, as opposed to marriage, because marriage is much more important. their time, their commitment, their life, the risk, all that other stuff. Right. Those are two separate things. And women have not gone that through that. They think, oh, the guy flirts with me. Oh, look, I'm so hot. I still got it. All these guys are now, and they think that just because a guy is flirting with them or a guy has sex with them, that they can go ahead and leave their husband. And then that guy is going to commit to him, or maybe not even that guy, but, oh, I still got it. I could totally get married anytime. And then when they go and they leave and they find out that, oh, the guy was just, whoa, what did you do? You divorced your husband. That's got to be one of the worst things. A guy has got an affair going on with some other guy's wife. He's like, you divorced your husband? What? So I could be with you. Whoa, hang on. No. And then stabby and why are my tires flat? And broken windows and things start to happen. Yeah, so gals, and they always want to think they're hotter than they actually are, and that they could get it anytime, and they can't get it anytime, but they can't get marriage or commitment anytime, and that's what happens. I think that's a larger variable in divorce being initiated, is women think they can do better. Oh, it's exciting. Oh, I love that. And he gets a little fat. She got a little fat. All right, but then Kevin in sales comes along, and she mistakes any interest. Like, I could get married to that guy. And Kevin's got a car, and Kevin, he's really fun. He's an awesome uncle, and oh my God, she gets the tingles. He rocks her world behind in the copy room, whatever. And then she leaves, steady Joe. And then, oh my God, I can't find another. Why won't men commit to me? And I don't know. But yeah, I would say that the hypergamy, that they can always do better, is always there, because all guys are like, dick. Would you like some dick? That means marriage. That means commitment. It's like, but not my problem. What happens to relationships when a woman's hypergamy is frustrated? Well, she will either cheat or leave the guy, or a combination of both. The husband, I mean. Or she'll just be miserable. I mean, women could maybe sit and contemplate and theorize and maybe meditate and think things through and say, oh, I make these vows. It's very important, but I've given up on people in general, not just women, sitting around being mature adults by this time. Yeah, relationships, they end. I mean, the relationship may, quote, be going on, but it'll be a dead relationship, a sexless relationship. She'll, she's not going to want to have sex with the guy she didn't want to have sex with. She had to settle for him. She still pines for Thaddeus back in college, when he fucked her one sweaty, drunken night and never called her again. I think I can get him. I thought we were a thing. No. Rape! You were so for it last time. What are you talking about? Rape! But yeah, nothing good happens to a relationship. If it's still there, she's not happy. Her dishappiness and dissatisfaction wears off on the guy. No one's having sex. She might go and try and find another guy, have an affair, still not be happy at home. Like, who's this asshole I got to go home to? Or then she'll find another guy, or break up with her husband to find another guy. And she'll find out that, yeah, the first time those guys didn't marry you and married like the model, because let's be honest, they're 3 points higher than you on a scale of 1 to 10. Those guys they'll fuck you, but they won't marry you. So there you go. All right. Any questions? Let's do that. There we go. Anything? Okay. Anything? Nope. Good. All right. Questions, answers. AssholeConsulting.com. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.